Ooh, 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 ooh.
Bismillah.
Bismillah. And I wonder
If you know what it means to find your dreams come true.
today's another day. Ahmed Habib is a noob. He's a little noob. He's a noob. I say monkey to the left, monkey to the right.
Haram!
Oops. Oops. That was a little...
Accident, I'm so sorry. I didn't realize I was sharing my screen.
Man, why can't life always
Be this easy. abs. Dude, oh, look at the real definition. One more time. Biceps. He's only 6 years old. 6.5, weighing in at a mean, lean 48 pounds. One more time on the chest muscles before his head pops off.
Haram!
Oh, welcome back. How we doing? New location. What do you guys think of the new location? New location, huh? Can we get some W's in the chat? I can't scream too much. Or, respectfully, I'm not going to. So you're lucky. All right, chat. Today, I'm going to be researching a new topic as always. Learning something new, getting better. It's a great day to be alive if you're still breathing. Problems aren't real. Everything is your fault. Everything is your fault. It's all your fault, and you can fix it. As soon as you blame yourself for everything, then you can fix everything. God has a plan for all of us. There is nothing to be sad about. Every single thing is your fault. I'm currently stoned very high on life. Got him. And there's nothing to complain about. The sun is shining, even though it's not shining, but it's shining in my soul. It's shining in my soul. W's in the chat. And I wonder, Afet, how we doing? Latif, what's good? We got Ahmed in the chat. I ain't gonna lie, every time I go to a mosque, everyone I meet there is named Ahmed. Ahmed. I'm like, oh, what's your name? He's like, oh, Ahmed. I'm like, oh, what's your name? He's like, oh, Ahmed. I'm like, oh, what's your name? He's like, oh, Ahmed. I'm like, so this entire place is Ahmed. Hello, Ahmed, 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 Ahmed. I can't even say Ahmed. Ahmed. If you know. Afet said don't be fat in the chat. Ain't gonna lie, she not wrong. She not wrong. Today I'm gonna be researching the history of the hijab. It's interesting that every single image of Mary, Jesus' mother, is depicted wearing a covering of some sort. Oh, we got Kurt in the chat. How we doing, Kurt? Kurt's been in this room before. Kurt, don't say where I am though. I'm gonna start keeping the locations on. No one gonna know. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, Kurt? All right, Kurt. So today I'm gonna research the history of the hijab. And when did it start? When did it become a thing? It's very odd to me to cover your entire body. That's something that's very strange to me. It's becoming more normal as I interact with more people who do such a thing. But, you know, growing up, like even going to church, as like girls wear short shorts to church. Well, to church events, not to church service on Sundays. So it's quite different. So I'm not used to it. I don't understand it. I want to know when this started, when it became a thing to cover your entire body, head to toe, as a woman and male. Oh, Afet, you became a member. Can we get some W's for Afet? Well, I mean, nearly the whole body. Modesty, my brothers. Yeah, now it kind of makes sense. Kurt, look at this, bro. I didn't burp. Shut up. Kurt, did you see this, bro? Wait, is, Yo, Discord family going crazy. Got Latif running the Discord. Latif is the owner of the Discord, guys, and I just want to say thank you to him. Can we all say a thank you for Latif? Anyone who's part of the Discord knows how much work he puts in, and it's not just him as well. There's other moderators who put in a lot of work. And shout out to anyone who's using the Discord server, because that's what, without Latif leading it, it wouldn't be where it is today. Without the moderators leading it, it wouldn't be where it is today. And without the members actually using it, it wouldn't be where it is today. So thank you to everyone who's joined the Discord. I have recently finally understood what it means to be a part of the Discord. Not as much as people who use Discord all the time, but this is my first year ever understanding what a Discord is, and it's a real server. It's a real group of people. And the profile picture is a very strange picture of my face. I don't know why, but anyway, it's a whole thing. There's people on there 24/7. Come on, the glare. 24/7 in here. There's all these different channels. You can talk with people. You can talk with Christians in there. If you're a Christian and you want to talk to Christians only, you can talk to Muslims in there. If you're a Muslim and you want to talk to Muslims only, you can talk to both. You can talk to LGBTQ. There's a whole channel for LGBTQ. Just kidding. Not true. There's a channel dedicated to debating how many genders there are. Some people say there's 27. Other people say there's 3. It'll never be known. But luckily, Ahmed is here to figure it out. Kurt is making the LGBTQ channel right now because of that. Kurt will be leading the LGBTQ channel as he is part of that community. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, yes, Afet, yes. Oh, Umi. Oh my gosh, Umi is fierce. I'm just kidding. Okay, it appears that the toilet is not stopping. You know when it the chain gets messed up and it just keeps running water? Yeah, I'll be right back. Hey, how is the lighting good enough?
Your friend Fuchs asked what if there were multiple gods in different multiverses. I believe I found the answer in the Quran 23:91.
Hey Grayson, your friend Kurt asked what if there were multiple gods in different universes. I believe I found the answer in the Quran 23:91. What does that say? 23:91? Oh snap, you guys can't see me. Where am I? Where am I? Where am I, bruh? I said, where'd I go, bruh? Where'd I go, bruh? Come on now, I'm freaking trash at this streaming. Gotta get better. Gotta get my studio. I'm trying to working on getting a studio so I can have a real setup that's locked in and doesn't change. I'm not always moving everywhere, you know what I'm saying, chat? But then I'm trying to do some IRL streams in Palestine, you know what I'm saying? Okay. Where is the video capture? Boom. Boom chakalaka. How you like me now? You know they call me, you know what they used to call me in high school? Logan Paul. Kurt. Hey, Kurt, did you see the community post I made, bro? Of you? Oh my gosh. Why is it? Oh my gosh. Jones.
Super chatted $70.55. Vibes.
Vibes. Jones was back, baby. We back, baby. I'm trying to pull up Quran 2391 to see what it says, but this screen share is not wanting to work with me right now. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna twerk. Okay, first get the camera. This is not vibes, Jones. This is not vibes. I'm the best, worst streamer out there, but you guys still love me for it. W. Okay, W1. Haha, W2. Okay. Okay, so let's see what this says. Allah has never had any offspring, nor is there any God besides him. Otherwise, each God would have taken away what he created, and they would have tried to dominate one another. Glorified is God above what they claim. So, Abdullah said that this is the answer, that can only be one God. Otherwise, each God would have taken away what he created, and they would have tried to dominate one another. Glorified is God above what they claim. Interesting. Abdullah, I do think that is an answer to Kurt. So Kurt, get wrecked. Kurt, sit down. Kurt, you're a little bot. Kurt, get wrecked. Kurt said, as a book, the Bible is better read for sure. Theologically speaking, the Quran makes more sense. I'm not religious, though. All right. Let me do 65 push-ups real quick. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm going to do 65 push-ups for Jones, and then I'm going to research the history of the hijab. I want to understand what it is, why it started, and what we should do about it. No matter what religion you are, don't be fat. Nobody will respect you if you're fat. It's just the truth of this world. So do some push-ups. This is for Jones. Gotta do 100 push-ups a day at least when I stream. You guys better be doing at least 10. I just knocked out 25. There's 40. Oh, let's get that fan on. Sheesh. 25 more. Hey, how's this modesty? It does feel better to be, the more covered up you are, the better you feel. At least the better I feel. Like wearing a suit. Actually, let's do this. Oh, I gotta wear this on stream. Yo, next stream I'm gonna have a fire fit. But this one kind of fire too, not gonna lie. I'm in the mirror where dances, so. Kurt is triggering the chat. Are we surprised? No, sir. 25 more push-ups. Let's go. Okay, so we're at 65 push-ups today. You know, as always, we gone to 100. It's too easy out here. It's too freaking easy. Shh. Your push-ups are wrong. This way you have shoulder injury. Your hands should go backwards, not sideways. Wait. Like that? Your elbows. Shoulder injury. I ain't gonna get injured, boy. Okay, let's stay focused. Do you guys like the research topic I chose today, or should I do something different? I want to research the history of the hijab. What do you guys think about that? True, Hafsa, true. Go on, brother. Okay. It's really hard for me to stay focused because I've been diagnosed with depression and ADHD. And also Himothy syndrome. I've been diagnosed with arrogance syndrome. It's where you believe in yourself. Yeah, so I can't really, you know. History of hijab. July 11. Okay, here we go. History. Hey, also, is the lighting okay? Or should I move the camera over? My window is like, the camera's here, but my window is right over here. Should I move it, or is it good? It's Gucci. Silverio, how we doing? Okay. All right, perfect. Let's go over. Yo. Oh, we got Tackaverse.
Takada super chatted $6 and
Yeah, Tackaverse.
bro reminds me of Muhammad Ali's trunks.
Yeah, bro, it does. It does. Tackaverse, great to hear from you, bro. Also, guys, I made a second Discord account. So I have a personal Discord and then I have a streaming Discord. So you'll notice like my streaming Discord looks like my YouTube account. That way, if you ever see me on the Discord server, you know I'm not streaming. This account I am streaming on. If it looks like this one is not my stream account. Yo, is there anyone who's a member of the Inner Circle YouTube membership, you have access to this special channel in Discord that is the Inner Circle. And I come up on here at the beginning of every stream, so if anyone is in here, come join because I'm gonna figure out what questions I want answered today with the history of the hijab. Tackaverse. So. So, if nobody comes in here, then chat. What questions do you want? What questions should I figure out today? I'm going to research the history of the hijab. I got about 1 hour. Let's go. Latif. Oh. Latif just pranked us. Make wudu for depression. Very true, very true. What questions do we want answered today? I need to get a pencil. Questions I have are when did I need to go get a pencil.
Yo, what up, y'all? Can we get an L Grayson in the chat? Everyone put an L in the chat.
Oh my gosh.
Hey,
Latif. Hey, Latif. Latif, why you running, man? What'd he say? What'd he say? I thought I heard someone in my room. I was like, who's in my room? That was so loud. Hey, what'd he say? Hey, what'd he say? I'm sick and tired of this guy. Who is Latif? I'm gonna go to British. I can't lie. I'm gonna go. Kurt Toysher in the chat. Kurt Toysher in the chat. Kurt Toysher is dead in the chat.
Yo, Grayson's gay.
Kurt Toysher. Okay, I'm gonna write down the questions that I want answered today from my research of the hijab. Since we got all these fools in here trying to make jokes, trying to be serious. When did hijab become a thing? Question 2. What does hijab mean? What other questions you guys want to be answered?
What up, champ?
What's up, Latif?
How you doing, man? You good?
Yes, sir, bro.
I thought since no one is joining, I'll give you a few questions and then leave.
Yeah, bro, yes. My question, so, wait, Latif, you think I should take notes on, as a viewer, what would you prefer? Like, what do you think everyone else prefers? I take notes on a piece of paper, but I could take them online. Like, I could take them on the screen so that people...
You can do.
What?
You can use a Google Doc or something, and then just flick to it every time you're making a note, and then everyone can see what notes you're making, and it'll be clear as well. And also, like, all of your research will be in one document online, so whenever you're searching different topics and stuff, it'll all just be in one place. This was something I think I DM'd you about, like, right at the start when I joined. I was like, let's make a Google Doc together and we can put all, like, our research. But you can do that now. There's things like Notion and other things as well, but with both you can share those as well. So if you ever wanted to, like, make a specific document and share it with, like, the inner circle or someone, so they can put in, like, they can also edit it and, like, add ideas or questions and stuff themselves, or like, but you can basically share it with other people as well. So both of them you can do that with. Google Docs is quite easy to use and straightforward. So
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna write that. I'm probably gonna use Google Docs, but tomorrow I need to make a system for that. Google Docs. Because I started doing that at the beginning of this when I was researching.
I remember, yeah.
Yeah.
I had it before as well. There's also something called Notion, if you've heard of Notion.
Yeah, I have. Maybe I'll use Notion.
Notion is good because it has more variety in terms of different types of lists and, like, tasks and things you can set, and, like, calendars, everything built in. It will take you a bit more time to sort of get used to using that rather than Google Docs, but it does provide more options.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I want to get some questions down for my next hour of research.
What do you have at the moment?
I only have 2 things written. When did hijab be... Oh, that's reversed. Well, the stream can see it. You can't. When did hijab become a thing? And what does hijab even mean?
One question I had was, is the concept of hijab in the Bible? Since you wanted to check about
yes. It's hijab in Bible. I'm gonna ask another question. Did Mary wear hijab? It definitely doesn't directly say it. Or maybe it doesn't. I missed it. Anyone else in the chat got a good question that they want to know about what hijab is and more about it? You got any other good questions, Latif? When did pushback start on hijab and by who?
What's the importance of hijab? Like, why is hijab, if it is in the Bible and you do research, like why it's there, like what's the importance of hijab? Like, why do you need to sort of cover the importance of it?
Zama Rora.
Tucker versus a W, man.
What does that mean?
It means my brother.
Okay. Wait, what was the question you said? I got distracted.
The question was why hijab is important. So the importance of hijab.
Why is hijab important? Maybe if I get this done fast enough, I only got an hour and 15 minutes of stream. Maybe we could ask if anybody wants to come on stream, any hijabis, and ask and talk about their experience of wearing hijab. It's so interesting to.
Yeah, sure. Or you could just do your normal thing as well. Like once you're finished, go on the Discord because we did lose quite a lot of members, but I'll discuss that with you probably. I've DM'd you about it, but maybe next time. But yeah,
I heard something about that.
Yeah, so maybe if you could do your normal thing where you come in and discuss on the Discord, that would be cool. Even if it's just one question go, or if you come in for a bit longer than usual or something, that would be good.
In what? In like Grayson's Den?
Yeah, Grayson's Den, yeah. And then
Yeah.
everyone can come and then... Because obviously what you do now, like the research you do for the majority of your life, so that's going to be, I'm assuming, from like the inner circle. So they get to sort of give you questions and things that you can research. But then when you're finished, you get to come into like Dragon's Den and everyone gets to be able to like have a word or two.
Yeah.
Is that the plan?
That sounds good. Maybe. Well, I guess I'll see when I get done with my research and how much time I have, because it maybe will take longer or shorter than I think. If I stay focused, though.
Yeah, that's the main thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Well, it's so hard with like, I need to just turn off the chat or something, because it's just like ongoing in my peripheral vision. I just keep looking up.
Yeah, no, it's so good. It's good to interact with the chat here and there as well. One other thing I was going to mention before you crack on with your research, I don't know if you'd be able to find this or not, but it's up to you if you wanted to. If you finished answering the questions that you've got and like researching those, maybe like if there's any studies online, I think there is like either countries or experiments or like social studies on wearing hijab versus not wearing hijab, or modesty versus like not being. That might be cool.
Like studies?
Yeah. So like social studies.
You know what's interesting is Hafsa said this in the chat. Like anytime you go to an important event, you naturally cover up. So you're basically saying that you're deeming an event worthy of you covering up, or so obviously covering up shows respect to yourself, because you wouldn't go give a speech and be wearing shorts.
Yeah, you're not going to turn up to the White House in like a bikini or like shorts and a vest.
Yeah.
unless you own something.
I used to think, part of me still thinks that it's like, why covering up, it's like as if we're embarrassed of our like skin.
Not necessarily, because you can still like, you're not covering like every inch of it. Like you right now, you're covered, but I can see your face, I can see your hands, I can see your skin still. It's just like I'm not seeing majority of like your limbs or your body, or like excessive skin rather. But like I'm still seeing your skin color on like your skin.
Yeah, but what about like the ninja covering, where it's like
the ninja thing is not mandatory, so it's like you don't have to have that. But the thing is, some women feel empowered when they have that, or like some women when they cover up, they feel like they're more empowered and they're more like themselves. And they feel more special covering up. Like the more they cover, the more they feel empowered and special.
Oh,
But it's not mandatory. They choose to do it because that's how they feel.
bro, that's not empowerment. Empowerment is twerking in the streets. That's what the American girls are taught.
God damn. Man.
Okay. All right. Well,
Let's see.
I'm gonna. Oh wait. I'm gonna look up some studies.
Yeah, so I think there's got to be like studies done on that. It says I've just done a quick Google, and it says many studies indicate that wearing the hijab can be a significant aspect of a woman's identity and source of empowerment. For some women, it represents a form of resistance against Western beauty standards and a way to assert their religious and cultural identity. It doesn't specifically say what study, but I'm sure obviously there are these studies online. But you can carry on your research, the questions that you have got, and if you want, I can have a look if there are any studies, and then just ping them to you. If you're wanting to do that yourself, you can do that as well. It's up to you.
If you find a cool study specifically, if not, I'm just gonna Google studies. But if you find one,
Yeah.
sure, send one. But
Yeah, sure, sounds good.
all right, bro. Well, then hopefully I'll talk to you again in like an hour.
Yeah, sure. Good luck in your research, boy. I'll be in the comments.
Yes, sir. W Latif in the chat.
See you in a bit.
Dude, wait, real quick. Dude, you scared me when you were talking in here because I was walking back up the stairs, and I was like, "What? Who's in my room?" And because I heard like a loud booming voice, my volume was all the way up on my PC, and like I walk into I'm like, "Oh, it's Latif," and then it's like, "Pew!" and you go away.
I didn't know you could hear, otherwise I would have made like ghost or weird sounds to scare you even more.
No, I could only hear like I was downstairs, but I could only hear when I was coming back up. Like right when I got close to my room, I was like, "Who's in my room?"
My bad.
All right, bro. Talk to you in an hour, inshallah.
Inshallah, speak to you soon, brother. Take care. Salam.
Salam. Here was my document that I Here's my document that I started a long time ago. Who OGs remember this document? OGs remember this document. I was comparing the Bible and the Quran. Who remembers this? Umi remembers. Hafsa remembers. Hey, wolves, I'm sad. Duck. Arabia. Oh yeah. These are the days when I got eaten up by Hamza. These were some of the days. These were the days right after I got absolutely destroyed by Hamza. Literally ate me alive, spit me out, and then ate me again. I got literally obliterated. That was the scariest moment of my life. And then I realized, wait, I'm just talking on a screen. Scariest moment of my life. Just kidding, I fear nothing. Okay. Do you guys prefer me to take notes on screen or on my piece of paper? I'm still gonna write down a piece of paper because I like physicalness better than this. But what do you guys prefer? Paper or screen? Paper or screen? Paper or screen? Oh wow. Oh my gosh, you guys want paper. Oh, screen. Screen's boring. All right, looks like we got more paper. Hey, Hafsa, you right. God taught with a pen. Hey, screw this digital world. Although I will write the actionables down maybe. I don't know. I need a system of taking notes. Okay, well, screw this then. We're gonna keep it here. Maybe in the future I'll have a system. I would like to have a system though online for at least putting my most interesting findings on the screen. Okay, so here are the questions I'm gonna be researching. When did hijab become a thing? Number 1. Number 2, what does hijab mean? Number 3, is hijab in Bible? Number 4, did Mary wear hijab? Number 5, why is hijab important? Number 6, what is modesty? Number 7, studies. I'm gonna look up some studies. System, it's all systems, Afed, it's all systems, it's all systems. Okay. All right. Notion, yeah, Notion could be good. Okay, number 1, I need to figure out what does hijab mean? Hijab is a word, right?
The term hijab is an Arabic word, which means literally partition or curtain.
Ah, boom, there's the answer.
Which means literally partition or curtain.
Partition. What in the potato is a partition? Hijab, Arabic meaning. The Arabic word hijab, I thought it was hijab. Hijab refers to barrier, partition. What is partition? Partition. Dividing or being divided. Partition, dividing up. Oh, okay. The Arabic word hijab translates to barrier, veil, cover, wrap, or curtain. Yo, I ain't gonna lie, I'm looking kind of fresh in this suit right now. I totally just got distracted, but I ain't gonna lie, I was kind of looking at myself and I was like, damn, this looking kind of fire. I ain't gonna lie. I'm totally distracted right now, and I'm totally off topic, but I mean, sheesh. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay. Thank you, I'm sad. The Arabic word hijab, okay, so it means what is the Arabic word? Hey ChatGPT, good morning. You're a little bot. I'm sorry, I just like to get my anger out on you. Anyways, tell me what the word hijab means. Give me what it looks like in Arabic and give me the literal translation of the word hijab or hijab and how to pronounce it as well. Good morning. Understand it's not morning. Okay. Hijab is a veil worn by some Muslim women in the presence of any male outside of their immediate family, which usually covers the head and chest. The hijab can also refer to the Islamic practice of dressing modestly in general. Arabic representation. In Arabic word, the hijab is written as wait, I gotta write right to left. I forgot. Why is Arabic written backwards? It's so silly. Whoever invented this language is so silly. Dang, I just tried to draw that and that looks terrible. Everything good starts from the right. True. Aramaic, the language of Jesus, was also right to left. Oh, snap. But I like my way better. Yeah, I will never change. True effect, true effect. Okay. So we got the literal... In Arabic, the word hijab is written as this. The literal translation of hijab is to cover or barrier. So if you say, are you wearing hijab, it's really like saying, are you wearing a cover? The word hijab is pronounced as hijab, 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 hijab. Okay? First question has been answered. Okay, first question. It's really the second question. What does hijab mean? Hijab means cover or barrier. So, got that question answered. Boom. Now we're going to go to the first question. When did hijab become a thing? When did covering up become a thing? Hijab literally just means cover or barrier. That's what the word means, the literal translation of the word means. So, let's research when did that become a thing? First, I'm going to ask chat. Hey chat, you little bot. Anyways, when did covering up become a display of modesty? When did that become a thing? Probably since the beginning of human time, and I'm sure you don't have information on this, ChatGPT. Have information specifically about this, but when did covering up become a thing? For like hijab or covering up, modesty. All societies do it. When did it become a thing? I guess it became a thing when humans went from monkeys to humans. The concept of covering up for modesty has deep historical and cultural roots, evolving differently across societies and time periods. Here's a brief overview. Early human societies. As early humans transitioned from hunter-gatherers to settled communities, clothing began to serve not just practical purposes, protection from the elements, but also social and cultural ones. Okay? Civilizations. In ancient civilizations like Mesopotamia, Egypt, Greece, Rome, clothing styles reflected social status, occupation, and gender roles. Modesty and covering up varied widely, often influenced by climate, religion, and cultural norms. Many major religions, including Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, have specific teachings about modesty and dress. For example, the concept of hijab in Islam, which includes barrier, headscarf, and modest clothing, is rooted in religious texts and traditions. Different cultures have developed their own standards of modesty over time. For instance, in medieval Europe, women often wore head coverings and long dresses, while in East Asia, traditional attire like the kimono and hijab emphasized modesty. In many Western societies, ideas about modesty have evolved with changing social norms and fashion trends. The concept of appropriate clothing can vary greatly depending on the context, workplace, social events. In today's interconnected world, fashion and modesty standards continue to be influenced by global cultural exchange, leading to diverse interpretations. The practice of covering up for modesty has likely existed since the earliest human societies and has evolved based on complex interplay of social, religious, and cultural factors. While specific practices and standards vary, the underlying concept of using clothing to reflect social values and modesty is a common thread throughout human history. Okay, so when did hijab become a thing? I think that's a pretty stupid question that I tried to ask. I guess the answer to that is going to be since the beginning of freaking time. When did covering begin? Beginning of time. So by the way, guys, if you're new to my streams, this is how I always organize everything off stream and on stream. You put the date at the top, you start a piece of paper, you write what you're doing. I'm learning the history of hijab. Then you put a square and you put it as actionables. Whatever you learn, if you don't have actionable steps from it, then you're not actually learning anything. You're not changing your life in any way. The only way to change your life is to do actions differently. So at the beginning of every paper, you put a little box and you put actionables. This is my system for making sure that I'm always focusing on what to do, right? So then I can go back to previous things. So let me look. Some of this is personal. Let me see the last stream I did. Like I did one the other day with like future spouse. What I want my future spouse or spouses to be. And at the top I put who I'm looking for because I took all these notes and at the top I put what to do about it. This is one from a stream, Eye for an Eye study. So look, from far away you got all these notes, right? And every time you open a piece of paper, you're overwhelmed by how much information is on there. Don't worry, that's why you do the little box method. So at the top, Eye for an Eye study. What did I learn from researching Eye for an Eye in Islam? It says, if you are being physically prevented from your religion, you may resist. If one is preventing you from prayer, you may fight back. That's what I learned through all these notes. So anyway, explaining my system of how I'm doing this. When did hijab become a thing? What is on my hand? Oh, it's pen. When did hijab become a thing? Beginning of time. And hijab means covering. Okay, question 3. Is hijab in Bible? So anytime you look up Mother Mary, which is the mom of Jesus, she's always wearing a head covering in these murals of her. So she's always wearing something over her face. Now, is hijab in the Bible? And hijab is an Arabic word that means covering. Is covering up in the Bible? Is it in the Bible? Let's find out. Is modesty and covering up in the Bible basically hijab? Is it in the Bible? If so, what verses? Yes, the concept of modesty and covering up is present in the Bible, though it is not identical to the Islamic concept of hijab. Here are some relevant verses from the Bible that address modesty. Genesis 24, right at the beginning. This is the first book of the Bible. Rebecca also looked up and saw Isaac. She got down from her camel and asked the servant, "Who is this man in the field coming to meet us?" He is my master," the servant answered. So she took her veil and covered herself. Hijab is in the Bible. This is the first book of the Bible. So Rebecca looked up and saw a man coming towards her and asked her servant, "Who is that man in the field coming to meet us?" And the guy said, "He is my master," the servant answered. So she took her veil and covered herself. Veil worn by women to protect or conceal their face. Oh, like a nun. I'm going to add that. Why do nuns cover? So in the Bible, we have right here, Rebecca took her veil and covered herself. Okay, Isaiah. This is also in the Old Testament. Take millstones and grind flour. Remove your veil. Lift up your skirts. Bare your legs and wade through the streams. Your nakedness will be exposed and you shame uncovered. I will take vengeance. I will spare no one. Huh? Okay, I don't understand that verse. I don't understand what's going on at that time. But every woman who prays or prophesies with her head uncovered dishonors her head. It is the same as having her head shaved. For if a woman does not cover her head, she might as well have her hair cut off. But if it is a disgrace for a woman to have her hair cut off or her head shaved, then she should cover her head. So the Bible is saying, I think, to cover your head. For if a woman does not cover her head, she might as well have her hair cut off. For if a woman does not cover her... Okay, let me go get my Bible to ensure that I'm reading this right. Always got to go back to physical paper. It's the best to go to paper. Harris. Catholics used to wear a veil to church before the 80s. I mean, nuns wear hijab. First Corinthians 11:5-6. Wait, let's read this verse. 1 Timothy 2:9-12. I also want the woman to dress modestly, with decency and propriety, adorning themselves, not with elaborate hairstyles or gold or pearls or expensive clothes, but with good deeds appropriate for women who profess to worship God. The Bible includes several references to modesty and head coverings, particularly in the context of worship and prayer. While these practices differ from the Islam concept of hijab, they share the underlying principle of modesty in dress and behavior. Interesting. Okay. For if a woman does not cover her head, she might as well have her hair cut off. But if it is a disgrace for a woman to have their hair cut off or her head shaved, then she should cover her head. First Corinthians 11. Give me the context of what's going on here and who's talking. Should I read the whole chapter to understand what's going on here? 1 Corinthians is part of a letter written by the Apostle Paul to the church in Corinth. To understand the context of these verses, it's helpful to read the surrounding passages. Here's an overview of the chapter and its context. The Apostle Paul is addressing the Christian community in Corinth, a diverse and cosmopolitan city in ancient Greece. The letter provides guidance on various issues faced by the early church. Main themes: head coverings. Paul discusses the practice of head coverings for men and women during worship. Harris, Muslim men cover from navel to knee, Habibi. Yes. Paul discusses the practice of head coverings for men and women during worship. He addresses the cultural and theological reasons for these practices, emphasizing order and respect in worship settings. The Lord's Supper. Paul criticizes the Corinthians to improper conduct during the Lord's Supper and provides instructions on how to observe it reverently. I mean, it kind of makes sense, the fact that you want to... I mean, modesty just makes sense. All I can say is when I dress modestly, which I don't always, sometimes I dress like an absolute naked savage. Like I look like a freaking gorilla. But when I dress like what I'm wearing right now, and when I wear a suit, I mean, this is kind of a suit, but when I wear a suit and tie, I genuinely feel better. I feel covered. I feel empowered. I feel protected. Like you don't know what's under here. You know? Protecting like who you are. And I also one of my old girlfriends would say, she basically said, I don't like when you're like shirtless out. Like if I'm working out outside or whatever the situation was, I can't remember. But she said, I don't really like when you're like shirtless, like you're mine and you're just like out. And I remember at the time being like, huh? And now I kind of get it, because even I feel that way. Like if you undress yourself in public, then you basically are just, what else is there left? If you're not covered in public, what are you protecting? What are you hiding? Because then you're just open for the whole world to see. So it does make sense. At least it makes me feel better when I cover up. That's all I can say. I feel better when I cover up. I don't do it all the time. But it's interesting that the Bible is appearing to say the same thing. Chat, what do you guys think? W thoughts? Shirtless isn't haram as long as your navel is covered. Wait, what is W for sure? I feel like a beast with my shirt off, like I can do anything. That's also true. I also feel that way. Kurt is, yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Kurt's right. I don't know if I'll ever stop taking my shirt off in public, but I'm just saying you do feel differently when you're covered. Wait, what does Khabib do? The most famous Muslim fighter. Okay, so not even Khabib covers up. Okay, well, W Khabib, this guy's so inspirational. So he doesn't even cover up though. MMA is haram, bro. Bro, MMA, ain't no way MMA is haram. MMA is lit. Muslims don't always practice perfectly. I mean, how would he? He's in a competition. Hey, I'm gonna start doing that. I'm gonna start doing that. I like that. Oh, really, Hafsa? Hey, I'm gonna start. Should I start doing that? Should that be my thing? One God. I only fear my Lord Allah. You know what they call me in high school? You know what they used to call me in high school? Bilal Brock. What's good, brother? Yo, Sketch believes this too. What's good, brother? Check Tuesday, brother. Check Tuesday. What's good, brother? Welcome to the chat, brother. Check Tuesday. It's crazy that I'm talking to a camera, but I'm talking to hundreds of people. But really, I'm just talking to a little blank freaking camera right now. What the frick is happening? How many people we got on here, chat? Oh my gosh, there's 366? Damn. Well, let's keep learning then. Sheesh. Hello, Habibti. Sorry. Okay. Let's get back to it. Okay. Special teams, special players. Come on now. Come on now. But all days were different, yeah. So we're... Main themes in Corinthians 11. Head coverings. Paul discusses the practice of head coverings for men and women during worship. He addresses the cultural and theological reasons for these practices, emphasizing order and respect in worship settings. Paul criticizes the Corinthians for improper conduct during the Lord's Supper and provides instructions for how to observe it reverently. Detailed verse. Paul begins by praising the Corinthians for maintaining the traditions he passed on to them. Paul states that every woman who prays or prophesies with her head uncovered dishonors her head. He compares an uncovered head to a shaved head. Okay, let's read this entire chapter. 1 Corinthians chapter 11. So this is Paul writing a letter to a church. It says, "Now I command you because you remember me in everything and maintain the traditions, even as I delivered them to you. But I want you to understand that the head of every man is Christ, the head of a wife is her husband, and the head of Christ is God. Every man who prays or prophesies with his head covered dishonors his head. But every wife who prays or prophesies with her head uncovered dishonors her head. Every man who prays or prophesies with his head covered dishonors his head." Okay? Every man who prays or prophesies with his head covered dishonors his head. But every wife who prays or prophesies with her head uncovered dishonors her head, since it is the same as if her head were shaven. For if a wife will not cover her head, then she should cut her hair short. But since it is disgraceful for a wife to cut off her hair or shave her head, let her cover her head. For a man ought not to cover his head, since he is the image and glory of God. But woman is the glory of man. For man was not made from woman, but woman from man. Neither was man created for woman, but woman from man. That is why a wife ought to have a symbol of authority on her head. Dude, this part is, I don't know how people don't use this as, this is the same. Give me 1 Corinthians chapter 11, the English Standard Version. Be imitators of me as I am of Christ. This is in the Bible. Now I command you, because you remember me in everything and maintain the traditions, even as I delivered to them. But I want you to understand that the head of every man is Christ, and the head of every wife is her husband, and the head of Christ is God. Every man who prays or prophesies with every man who prays or prophesies with his head covered dishonors his head. But every wife who prays or prophesies with her head uncovered dishonors her head, since it is the same as if her head were shaven. For if a wife will not cover her head, then she should cut her hair short. But since it's disgraceful for a wife to cut off her hair or shave her head, let her cover her head. For a man ought not to cover his head, since he is the image and glory of God, but woman is the glory of man. For man was not made from woman, but woman from man. Neither was man created for woman, but woman for man. That is why a wife ought to have a symbol of authority on her head because of the angels. Nevertheless, in the Lord, woman is not independent of man, nor man of woman. For as a woman was made from a man, so man is now born of a woman, and all things are from God. Judge for yourselves. It is proper for a wife to pray to God with her head uncovered. Does not nature itself teach you that if a man wears long hair, it is disgraceful for him? But if a woman has long hair, it is her glory, for her hair is given to her for a covering. For if anyone is inclined to be contentious, we have no such practice, nor do the churches of God. So what is this chapter saying about women covering their head, and men and women, and how based solely on 1 Corinthians chapter 11? Again, guys, this is from the Bible. My name is Grayson Brock. I'm 21 years old. If you would like to directly support the stream, you can buy me a coffee, the link in my bio. And essentially, you're supporting free speech. You're supporting you're supporting this channel to continue going, continue sharing ideas, continue learning, continue growing. And yeah, it helps keep this channel alive. That being said, I'm very appreciative of everyone who's currently here live watching this from around the world. Where is everybody from? Send it in the chat. I'm currently streaming live from Texas. Where are you guys from? And anyone who's watching later on in the future, God bless you and your family. I hope peace is with you, and I hope you're learning something new from these streams rather than watching other streamers just play freaking video games all day doing nonsense. We got Florida, we got Egypt, we got Saudi in the chat, we got Canada. A Ant is from Netherlands. We got Silver Rio, who's from New Jersey, Afghanistan, Germany, Bangladesh, Pakistan. We got some Pakis in the chat. We got Kurt who's in Mexico, cabrón. Kurt en Mexico, puta madre. Mucho te quiero, Kurt. Kurt is mi niño. Kurt is my nigga. Kurt is my boy. Kurt is my boy. Okay, women should cover their heads. Okay, let's read this. Head coverings and gender roles. Mi perro. Mi perro. Kurt, it's mi perro, cabrón. Puta madre. Headship and authority. Paul sets up a hierarchy. Christ is the head of every man. The man is the head of the woman. And God is the head of Christ. This establishes a framework for discussing authority and roles with worship. Men should not cover their heads while praying and prophesying because they are the image and glory of God. Women should cover their heads while praying or prophesying because their uncovered head dishonors her head, equating it to having a shaped head, which is considered disgraceful. A woman should have a symbol of authority on her head because of the angels. Paul argues that nature itself teaches that long hair is a woman's glory and serves as a covering. Are you saying that Paul says that covering is not needed because hair serves as covering? If a woman has long hair, is there a glory for hair given? Paul suggests that nature itself indicates certain distinctions between men and women, including the idea that long hair is naturally given to women as a covering and a symbol of their glory. However, this does not necessarily mean that Paul is arguing against the need for an additional head covering. Paul's reference to long hair as a natural covering serves to emphasize the principle of modesty and femininity. It highlights the idea that women have a natural covering that aligns with her role and identity. Despite acknowledging the natural covering of long hair, Paul also insists on the practice of wearing an additional head covering during prayer or prophecy. This is evident from verses 5 through 6, where he states that a woman who prays or prophesies with her head uncovered dishonors her head. Okay. I'm caffeinated as a motherfucker right now, boy. Okay, uncovering the head in worship. So this is from the Bible. I'm going to read it from my Bible. First Corinthians verse 5. 1 Corinthians chapter 11 verse 5. But every wife who prays or prophesies with her head uncovered dishonors her head. So even in the Bible, it says to cover your head. Why then is this not a normal Christian thing? Nuns do it. Catholic nuns do it. But in Islam, every woman covers their head if they follow it.
T-Pose the man super chatted $3.67. Mary wore a veil, not a hijab. Stop trying to amplify European races being replaced and you're only helping that. Don't take this as hate.
T-Pose. That's a funny name, bro. T-Pose, thank you for being part of the conversation. Mary wore a veil, not a hijab. Stop trying to Arabify everything. The European race is being replaced and you're only helping that. Don't take this as hate. Hey, the European race is being replaced. And it's sad. But I ain't gonna let that happen, at least with my bloodline. You know, we gonna stay dummy lit, you know what I'm saying? All right, I'm gonna add that down. Did Mary wear a hijab? That's the question. I'm going to change the question to, did Mary wear a hijab or a veil? Maybe there's a difference. But hijab means, doesn't hijab mean a veil? Hey, T-Pose, your question is marked down, brother. Did Mary wear a hijab or a veil? Question number 4. Aren't those like pretty similar though? Yeah, this little kid don't know what hijab means, lol. Actually, hey, Mohi, I don't know who you're calling little kid, Mohi. Why don't you back up, little boy? Let me tell you what. I already looked up what hijab means. It means a cover or barrier. Okay? And that's the straight hijab. That's the straight definition, okay? Okay, Mohi? So don't you sit over there on your screen typing, trying to come at me. I dare you to come in this room and say it to my face. You won't. You won't. Call me little boy to my face. Yeah? You won't. You won't. But if you do come in this room, you better be wearing your hijab, Mohi. You better be covering up. Otherwise, I'm going to take that as a disrespect. And I'm going to kill you. Just kidding. I'm going to kill you with kindness. And then I'm going to punch you in the face. Oh, was Mohi not even talking to me? Wait, was Mohi not talking to me? Or was he? Oh. Either way, I'm still pissed at Mohi. $75 for the day, but I just did 25, bruh. I'm at 90. G is doing a Hamza on Mohi. Okay, so it says in the Bible, in 1 Corinthians chapter 5, I'm going to write this down. No, chapter 11. 1 Corinthians. When I was at the Buddhist temple, the women there shaved their head. Do you guys think that's a disgrace to do that? It did feel disgraceful to a woman. Oh, Afet, you called me? I didn't get a ring. Right now I'm solo locked in, Afet. Okay, so the question was, is hijab in the Bible? Is covering up in the Bible? And in 1 Corinthians chapter 11, First Corinthians chapter 11, verse 5, it says, "But every woman who prays or prophesies with her head uncovered dishonors her head." Okay, this doesn't make any sense to me because, like, women speak in church and they don't cover their head. So what does this verse mean? Do people just not follow it? What's up, Noah? Noah's here. Hey, Noah, what do you think about this? Noah, this is a verse in the Bible. Noah, I'm researching hijab, and I'm researching I'm researching many questions about hijab. When did hijab become a thing? It's always been a time. Question number 1. Question number 2, what does hijab literally mean? That's the little Arabic word right there. And it means a cover, a barrier. That's the literal meaning of hijab. So it doesn't mean a woman who covers her head. That's how people use it. But the word literally just means cover or barrier. Kind of like the word Muslim just means someone who submits to the will of God. But the literal meaning of hijab is a cover or barrier. And my third question is hijab in the Bible? And I found in this verse, 1 Corinthians, it's in the New Testament of the Bible. Paul is writing a letter to a church, and he says, but every woman who prays or prophesies with her head uncovered dishonors her head. I'll read it again. But every woman who prays or prophesies with her head uncovered dishonors her head. So why is it not a normal thing for women to pray with their head covered in Christianity? It seems like Islam is just holding the essence of all of this together. And it doesn't change. It never changes. Never. Never. No room for moving. That's what's so attractive about it. That's what's so attractive about it. It tells women to be women, it tells men to be men. And that's what's so attractive about it. It empowers the race. It empowers the next generation, because we're literally told all this nonsense. Every day in America, I see a gay pride flag. Every single day. It's like everyone just wants everyone to be gay. And I gotta say, that's gay. See you, Kurt. Much love, brother. Wrong Christian do follow the Bible? Let me ask ChatGPT. Where'd ChatGPT go? ChatGPT, I don't understand. In 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 5, it says, but every woman who prays with her head uncovered dishonors her head. Why is it not a normal thing then for Christian women to cover their head? What is their response to this verse? I don't understand and I'm confused. And Noah, I do that all the time, Noah. I do that all the time, Noah. Noah said in the chat, Noah is my brother. Noah said, bro, I almost made a really funny degenerate joke, but I didn't send it because I didn't think it would go over well with the chat. Noah, that is exactly how I feel 90% of the time. I'm about to make like the most inappropriate your mom joke that like pops in my head. And then the next step I think is, dude, why is my head so perverted? And I think, oh my gosh, this is because of the society I've grown up in, and because I've trained myself to think these thoughts. I've let the society infiltrate my head. And I realize I catch myself before saying all of these jokes because this is how we talk. Like kids, I know kids around the world talk dirty, but at least I can say my friends and every kid that I've grown up with, like we say the most dirty joke that comes to your mind. It's always like your mom. It's always a sex joke. Always. Everything's a sex joke. And I realized not everyone grew up like this. Not everyone grew up like this. I bet most people do. But there are people who don't grow up like that, and they literally have never even touched a woman. Never even shook a hand of a woman because they're so respectful of women. And I just think, damn, I've been taught so different. It's crazy. It's from our degenerate society, yeah. Hey, Noah is awake to the... Noah, as far as I know, I don't like to speak for other people, but Noah, I won't speak for him, what he believes, but me and Noah, my brother, we have been realizing, dude, our society is freaking degenerate. We need pure jokes towards Umi. Umi, I love you. Is that a pure joke? I've never met Umi. I just love the way she's so nice. I'm sorry, Umi. I'm sorry, I take it back. Was I not allowed to say that?
I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry, Umi. Please forgive me. I don't love Umi. I hate Umi, actually. Is that better? Did that make up for it? I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry. Okay, I hate Umi. Is that better?
Grayson's so fat when he skips a meal, the stock market drops. Someone tweet that. We gotta tweet that right now. What? Uh-oh. Yo, I'm gonna have to force quit OBS real quick. Okay. Yo, we back. Yo, OBS just crashed. Thank you, Hafsa. Why did everything reset, bruh? What was I at? I was at 90 push-ups. Making fun of fat people is childish. No, it's not. It's actually a good thing to make fun of fat people. My fat friend told me that. And one time I started getting a little bit chubby. I mean, chubby for me is like gaining like 5 pounds. Okay, what is happening? Did OBS just crash again? Oh my gosh, bro. Oh my gosh. Oh, there we go. Okay, we're here. Can you guys hear me? Is everything good? Okay. I gotta say, the one time I started getting chubby, my friend, I took a picture at the beach with my friend, and I was sitting there, and I was like, and we were like, yo, let's look at the picture. And my friend who took it was like, he was like, Grayson, look, you're getting kind of big. He's like, you got a bit of a stomach there. And I was like, damn. And I thought about it all day. It made me sad. And then the next time I looked in the mirror, I kept looking like, am I getting kind of chubby? And then I said, all right. I started running and I got in better shape. And now I'm like, oh, thank you. My friend's name is Rafa. Rafa was like, yo, you're getting kind of big. He told me that. And then I got unbig. Yeah, that's the point. It's supposed to hurt your feelings. That's the entire point. If you're fat, you should feel ashamed of it. That's the entire point. That's literally the entire point. People are way too scared of being offended. No, people are way too scared of offending people. I love being offended. I love it. Okay, let's get back on track. So I don't understand 1 Corinthians chapter 11 verse 5. It says, but every woman who prays with her head uncovered dishonors her head. Why is it not a normal thing for Christian women to cover their head? Why do they as a response to this verse? I don't understand. I'm confused. 1 Corinthians 11:5 is a verse that has led to various interpretations and practices among Christian denominations. The verse says, but every woman who prays and prophesies with her head uncovered dishonors her head. It is the same as having her head shaved. To understand why it's not a common practice for Christian women to cover her heads today, it's helpful to consider several points. Historical context. In the time and culture when Paul wrote this letter, head coverings were a sign of modesty and respectability for women. Not wearing a head covering should be seen as disrespectful or dishonorable. The practice of head coverings was deeply tied to cultural norms of that period. As culture changed, so did the expression of modesty and respect. What? How can modesty change? Christians believe that the principle behind the practice is what's important. Yeah, it is important. That doesn't mean it changes. That doesn't even make sense. Yo, Latif, chill. Why is Latif going off on me, bruh? Okay, does this make sense to anyone? My question is, why do Christians not wear coverings if it says in this verse, but every woman who prays or prophesies with her head uncovered dishonors her head? I don't understand. Yeah, Hafsa, exactly. I don't understand. It says, ChatGPT says, because the culture norms have changed, that modesty and respect change. So that basically is just saying we just changed the rule. This don't make no sense. Different Christians denominations interpret scripture differently. Some take literal approach to continuing the practice of head coverings. Some traditional Catholic and Orthodox communities. Others interpret the verse as culturally specific to the time of the early church and not a mandate for all Christians today. The verse also touches a broader discussion about the role of women in worship and leadership within the church. Interpretations vary widely, with some denominations emphasizing traditional roles and others advocating for more academic practice. Well, yeah, exactly, Latif. Exactly, Latif. They change with times, bro. Islam is the only one that doesn't change with time. Well, I got question 3 answered, chat. Is hijab in the Bible? Is wearing a covering in the Bible? Yes. It says in 1 Corinthians 11:5, but every woman who prays with her head uncovered dishonors her head. It says in the Bible, 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 5, but every woman who prays or prophesies with her head uncovered dishonors the Lord. But now it's not a part of Christianity to wear a head covering, except if you're a nun. Basically, the point of what I'm saying is, has Christianity changed from what it started out as? And what is holding Christianity together? Islam. I've done 6 months of research, and it seems that Islam is holding the true Christianity together, like the backbone of it. If you really read into the verses, you can see that who is actually practicing this? Modern day Muslims. It all makes sense. I'm waking up. Angan, clip that. I got him. Oh yeah, alhamdulillah. MashaAllah, brothers. Alhamdulillah. Got him. I literally just got him. Hey, what do you guys think about my room? Okay. Alhamdulillah. See, I was about to fart in the mic because I thought that'd be funny. And then my next thought is, dude, how immature are you? The society you growing up in has taught you some whack shit, and you're letting it get in your head. Stay pure. Hey, watch this. I said, yeet. That's how I go to bed at night, you know what I'm saying? Do like a little. You can do anything and you can be anyone you want. Wake up. It's your life. When are you going to start living your life? When are you going to start doing what you want? When are you going to start jumping on your bed? No one makes the rules. You make the rules. Can you give a quick room tour? Yeah. Let me show you the room tour. Okay. So I got the bed here. Closet. That's about it. Yes, sir. Got the energy going dummy in this bee. Got the energy going W in this bee. Okay, let's continue the research. Next question. Is hijab in the Bible? Check, it is. Angan, clip that. It's not how you spell Angan, Latif. Get better, kid. Hey, Latif, I got some advice for you. Be better. And tomorrow, when you wake up, just think, be better. Because there's a lot of improvement you could do. Just saying. Latif's so fat. When he goes into the ocean, the whales say, Dad, is that you? Question 4. Did Mary wear hijab or veil? Or did... Don't be mean to Latif. I can be mean to Latif. Who's gonna stop me? Who's gonna stop me? What do you guys think about this? Okay, a little bit inappropriate. Actually, no, it's fine. Watch this if you want, but she looks seducing, so. But just, this is a clip.
Hey, hold on, wait, all right, but look though. I got a psychological question, okay? Say if we the last 2 people on Earth, and we had to reproduce to make the world continue, would you reproduce with me?
No, because that means our kids will have to intertwine, and then their kids, no.
Who gonna stop me?
I will.
Who's gonna stop me?
I will.
If we the last 2 people on Earth, who gonna stop me?
Jesus.
You're not stopping me. If we the last 2 people on Earth, who gonna stop me? Yeah. Come on.
Just 45 days before his fight against...
I mean, he makes a good point, though. That got him banned from Twitch. Is that... I mean... Feminists, where are they after this? Okay. Brother, Okay, this is the... Did Mary wear hijab? Guys, I appreciate everyone being here watching this stream. My name is Grayson Brock. I'm 21 years old. I'm from Texas. I'm a kid like you. Except one day, I woke up on the wrong side of the bed and I said, screw this, dropped out of school, started traveling the world, started making content, and I'm following my dreams. You can follow your dreams too. It's an everyday grind. Wake up, do what you want. Wake up, do what you want. What do you want to be doing in 10 years? Start working for that right now. What do you want to do in 10 years? Start working for that right now. If you'd like to directly support my journey, my stream, my channel, you can buy me a link. Buy me a coffee. The link is in my bio. I appreciate all the support. I appreciate support of just being here watching this video right now. And I mean it. I hope to meet some of you one day. I want to do a world tour. Go to meet all the Pakis in this chat. Go to Pakistan. Go dummy with the boys. Maybe meet some sisters that are covered. Of course, right? And yeah, go dummy in Pakistan and go dummy. I appreciate you guys all being here. Let's keep learning today. Did Mary wear hijab? I'm actually dead. Do better. Hey ChatGPT, Latif is being really, really rude to me. And anyway, that has nothing to do with what I'm trying to say. But ChatGPT, did Mary wear hijab? Are there any verses to back up that Mary wore a covering? Why is she always depicted as wearing a covering in images? The depiction of Mary, the mother of Jesus, wearing a head covering The depiction of Mary, the mother of Jesus, wearing a head covering, and the imagery is rooted in several factors, both historical and cultural. Jewish tradition. Mary was a Jewish woman, and Jewish customs at the time included women covering their heads as a sign of modesty and respect. The cultural practice and influence how Mary depicted. Modern Eastern norms. In the broader Middle Eastern context, it is common for women to wear head coverings. This practice continues in many parts of the region today. Okay, I don't care about that. While the New Testament does not explicitly state that Mary wore head covering, there are several passages that highlight the cultural practices of the time. Oh, I already read that. 1 Corinthians 11:5, mentioned earlier, reflects the custom of a woman covering their heads during prayer and worship. Although this message is not about Mary specifically, it provides a context for the norms of the period. Catholic and Orthodox traditions. In these traditions, Mary is often depicted with the head covering to reflect her status and the customs of her time. The depiction has been maintained through centuries of religious art. The continuity of depicting Mary with head covering helps maintain a connection to the historical and cultural context in which she lived, ensuring the portrayal remains respectful and authentic to the era. In summary, while there are no explicit Bible verses stating that Mary wore head covering, the cultural and historical context of her time, combined with traditions and artistic conventions, support the depiction of Mary with head covering. Its practice sense of modesty, respect. So there's no verses that depict that Mary was wearing a head covering. There are no Bible verses that explicitly state that Mary the Mother of Jesus wore a head covering. However, the cultural and historical context strongly suggests that she would have followed the customs of her time, which included women covering their heads. Jewish women in the first century typically covered their heads as a sign of modesty and respect. Okay, in conclusion, it's not known if she wore a head covering based on the Bible. But according to Jewish tradition, she probably did. Question 5. Why is hijab important? By the way, for anyone who's wondering what am I researching, I'm researching the history of the hijab. At the end, I'm going to have some actionable steps. So far, I'm answering questions. Hijab, what does it mean? It means cover barrier. When did covering begin? Beginning of time for humans. Is hijab in the Bible? Yes, it is. 1 Corinthians 11-5 is an example of that. But every woman who prays with her head uncovered dishonors her head. Did Mary wear hijab? Not known. According to, she's depicted as wearing hijab in every painting and stuff because that was Jewish tradition and cultural norms. Why is hijab important? That's the next question. Is everyone on track with where I am and what I'm doing? Is everyone here on track? Is everyone understanding? Hey, Raven. Appreciate you. Yeah, everyone's on track? Latif, yes ma'am. Appreciate you, Latif, you little bot. Arabia, how we doing? Brother, ew. But as the verse went down, Paul said hair was a natural head covering. Yeah, but I don't think he meant like don't cover your head. It says cover your head. Paul was the GOAT. Why is hijab important? Quranic command. Many Muslim women wear the hijab in adherence to verses in the Quran that instructs a woman to dress modestly. For example, Surah An-Nur 24:31 in surahs that emphasize modesty and covering. Why is wearing hijab important according to the Quran? Surah An-Nur 24:31. This verse instructs both men and women to lower their gaze and guard their modesty. For women, it specifically mentions drawing their veils over their bosoms. It's a bosom. Oh, a chest. For women, it specifically mentions drawing their veils over their bosoms and not displaying their adornment except to certain close relatives and others. This guidance emphasizes modesty in behavior and dress. Why is it... ChatGPT, tell me the verse. Don't tell me what the verse is. Tell me the verse, you stupid little piece of... I'm sorry, ChatGPT. I really like you. What the... ChatGPT, tell me the verse. Why are you giving me this weird code version of the verse? Just list the verse. You have one job. You literally have one task. You're freaking robot. 2 words for you, ChatGPT. 2 words. I gave the same words to Latif. You probably know Latif because you're a loser like him. The 2 words are be better. Latif, don't even laugh in the chat. Oh gosh, that's a long verse. Hey, you guys think W or L Latif? W or L Latif? If we get more L's right now, I'm gonna ban him for 24 hours from this YouTube chat. One W, 2 W's. Oh snap. There's more W's, but it's close. It's like 60-40. Oh, W. I don't know how to do a poll, Silvero. I can only do it on my phone. Now turn your turn, Grayson. If you get more L's, take over your live. I would have to let you take over my life. Who's gonna stop me? Who's gonna stop me? Who's gonna stop me if every single person in this chat sends L? No one's gonna stop me, Latif. That's what you gotta get inside of your head. Who's gonna stop me? Who's gonna stop me? I don't even care if the chat sends L's. Who's gonna stop me? Who's gonna turn off the stream, Latif? Nobody. So sit down, you little British cunt. Sorry, that's a very bad word. I'm very sorry. I let my anger get the best of me. You little British boy. You're a bot. You need to do what you're taught. Hey, you do what you're told. You do what you're told. Who knows? Guys, I'm not bipolar. Okay, let's continue researching. Surah An-Nur. Tell the believing men to lower their gaze and guard their private parts. That is pure for them. Indeed, Allah is acquainted with what they do. And tell the believing women to lower their gaze and guard their private parts and not expose their adornment except with which necessarily appears thereof, and to wrap a portion of their head covers over their chests and not expose their adornment except to their husbands, their fathers, their husbands' fathers, their sons, their husbands' sons, their brothers' sons, their sisters' sons, their women, that which their right hands possess, or those male attendants having no physical desire, or children who are not yet aware of the private aspects of women. And let them not stamp their feet and make known what they conceal their adornment. And turn to Allah in repentance, all of you, O believers, that you might succeed. O Prophet, tell your wives and your daughters and the women of the believers to bring down over themselves part of their outer garments. That is more suitable that they will be known and not be abused. Ah. Latif, this is actually a good question that you asked. Latif asked, why is hijab important? He asked me to figure that out. That is more suitable that they will know and not be abused. I think this is saying that that they will know that you're a believer and not abuse you. Shut up, Latif. Hey, Umi, W, or L in the chat. Umi, W, or L in the chat. What do you guys think? W, Umi, L, Latif. Oh my gosh, Umi's getting the most W's. Mohi says, hey, we got Mohi back. Hey, Mohi's back. Hey, Mohi, do you want to fight me? Okay, my screen is... Zari said, I don't know who Umi is. Umi's a moderator. Umi, we're talking about you. Okay, focus, sorry. Oh. My bad. All right, focus. So I asked ChatGPT, what does it mean? What does this mean? That is more suitable than they will know. The phrase that is more suitable than that will be known and not abused from Surah is interpreted as scholars and commentators of various grades. Here's a concise explanation. The verse advised Muslims when to cover themselves with outer garments that they may be recognized as respectable and modest women, that etiquette helps distinguish them from others in the context of the time, indicated that they were not available for illicit relationships. Wearing the outer garments, women are less likely to be harassed or mistreated. The covering is served as a social signal for the purity and modesty, which is meant to deter. Yeah, literally. You will be known and not be abused. Why is hijab important? Known believer and you won't be abused. My name is Grayson Brock. I'm 21 years old and I'm currently waking up to the realities of this world. I've been researching what it means to wear a hijab today. Hijab means a covering. Why should a woman wear a covering? According to the Quran, it says that it was more suitable for a woman to wear a covering because it lets other people know that they are a believer. And so they will not be abused. I mean, if you're a man and you want to abuse a woman and you're going to walk outside, are you going to want to, who are you more likely to go talk to go mess with? A woman wearing short shorts or a woman who's fully covered? I would be more scared of the woman who's fully covered because she probably has a father She's more likely to have a father who's going to protect her, I would assume. I mean, wouldn't you? If I were in that position, I would much more likely go talk to the woman with short shorts, because I'd be like, she doesn't even respect herself as much as this woman. Relative to the woman who's fully covered. Not that any woman who wears short shorts doesn't respect themselves. I'm saying relative to a woman who's covered, obviously she respects herself to the max. She's covered. So it protects women. But society is trying to tell us today that a woman being covered is not their choice. They don't want to be wearing it. When in reality, doesn't that protect a woman? Men aren't going to be staring at them for their physical bodies. They'll be actual person. Why is Mother Mary depicted in the Bible as always wearing a head covering? Clip this. Why is Mother Mary always depicted as wearing a head covering? But it's not normal for Christian girls to wear a head covering. Why does it say in the Bible that if you're going to pray and you're a woman that you should cover your head? Otherwise it's disrespectful. Why does it say that in the Bible? But nobody does that. It seems to me that Islam is holding the real religion of Christianity together, the backbone of it. That's my 6 months of research summarized into 1 minute. Clip that, Ongon. Run it. Chat, what do we think about that? W conclusions, W Arabia. Okay, question 1. What does hijab mean? It's a cover barrier. When did it begin? Beginning of time. Is hijab in Bible? Yes, but every woman who prays with her head uncovered dishonors her head. Okay. Did Mary wear hijab? Not known. Why is hijab important? You're a known believer and you're less likely to be abused. Latif, I've met Orthodox women who wear hijab. Oh, I thought they were Muslim at first. Really? I really want to go to an Orthodox church. I might become an Orthodox. There's no way I'm going back to fully believing modern day Christianity because it just don't make no sense. But Orthodox Christianity definitely makes more sense. Definitely Latif. Latif, I had the same thing. I saw someone at Home Depot wearing a thobe. And I thought they were a Muslim man. I was about to say Salam Alaikum. But then when I walked by him, he was wearing a cross necklace. I was like, oh, he must be a Orthodox Christian. I should have talked to him. Okay. You right, random human. Gotta keep it halal, you know what I mean? Grayson Brick. Wait, so can you just like stare at a woman's face? Just like, if they're not your wife, like just like, hi. Or is that bad? Can you just, like, wow. MashaAllah. Like you can't, like it's impossible? Or what do you mean you can't? Like what will happen if you do it? The city where I grew up in Syria, all the Christian ladies wore hijab. Whoa. Hey, Latif, don't even call me a weirdo. Wait, so lower your gaze, like don't even look? Hi. Nice to meet you, Habibti. Nice to meet you, Habibti. Yeah, it's nice to meet you. Yeah, my name is Grayson. Yeah. Sorry, I can't really look up. I can't really look at you. So, how you doing? You doing good up there? Okay. Well, I'm gonna go this way. Okay, I'm gonna go this way. Okay, excuse me. Okay. Is that how you're supposed to act? First look is okay, so it's like boom, boom, away. Bro, stop. We are blushing. Halaras. Get married and stare endlessly. W. That's definitely the plan. That's definitely the plan. That plan is going into action right now. I'm working on it. Hey Latif, I'm not gonna scare them. I'm gonna bring them in. I'm a lover, not a fighter. You know what I'm saying? Just... I said, run that. Run it. I said, run it. I said, I don't really care. Though. Yeah. I'm gonna clip that. Okay. Next question. What is modesty? Modesty. The quality or state of being unassuming or moderate in the estimation of one's abilities. The quality of being relatively moderate, limited, or in a small amount, rate, or level. Behavior, manner, and appearance intended to avoid impropriety or indecency. Impropriety. A failure to observe a standards or show due honesty, modesty, improper language, behavior, or character. Indecent behavior. What? The quality you're not talking about, not trying to make people notice your abilities and achievements. Ah. The quality of not talking about or not trying to make people notice. Oh, dang. Well, I definitely don't do this. I definitely don't do this. Some people say, I'm the self-proclaimed most humble man on the world. I'll apologize on your behalf. Yeah, I definitely don't do this.
don't want to. I'm not very knowledgeable, but I think that there are some priests that say that power will be like what I said. Are there some?
There is none. Brother, you're talking to someone who's like this is what we do in the Bible, bro. There is no quote unquote test in Christianity where you gotta pass a test to get to heaven or something like that. That's not the Bible. It's not what the Bible teaches, bro. It's clear as that. It's not what the Bible teaches.
Okay. But the principle where you get your weight.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. I think modesty is the answer. I feel so much more confident. I put on this. I was wearing a t-shirt before this. I put this on and I feel so much better. I feel so much more confident. I can't share the screen because that was a live stream. I feel so much more confident when I dress more covered. I used to think I was more confident the less I wore to display. But isn't it really a display of power when you don't even show your power? I'm not saying I'm not gonna, I love not wearing a shirt. It feels so freeing. It also feels freeing to cover up, though. People don't even know what's on here. People don't even know the insane six-pack that is under this. MashaAllah. What is modesty? Not trying to make people notice your abilities or achievements. The one big pack you've got. Let them wonder what's underneath it. Oh, I'll let them wonder, Latif. Oh, they'll be wondering. Haram. Men wear suits to receive an award or a good job interview. True. Why do we wear... Okay, I'm going to turn off the chat and think for a sec. Hey, Latif, I'm probably not going to do... I'm thinking I'm going to stream tomorrow, and I want to do a hijabi stream, where I try to talk to as many hijabis as possible and ask them what it's like wearing a hijab. Do they like it? Do they feel forced? What is it like? What does it make you feel? I mean, I'm going to try to think right now for a sec. Why do you cover up if you have a special event? Why do I cover up? Like if I were gonna go meet my wife's father for the first time. I'm gonna put myself in the shoes of... I need to use the restroom real quick. Okay, we're back. If I was going to meet my wife's father for the first time, I would want to be covered. If I were going to a funeral, I would want to be covered. If I were going to accept an award for the sexiest man alive, I would want to cover. Why would I want to cover? Out of respect. So I already subconsciously know that the more clothes you wear, the more respect you show. But why is that? I know that's true, but why is that true? Because modesty screams respect. Silver, you go with tank top and basketball shorts and some chancelets, that's the proper way to show up, lol. Indecency screams the opposite. You respect to your soul. Osama, much love, brother. What's going on, Grayson? I'm researching hijab, and right now I'm thinking about what is modesty. Not trying to make people notice your abilities or achievements. I definitely don't do that. Achievement. Why is covering up respect, though? ChatGPT, I subconsciously know that wearing more clothes is showing more respect. For example, if I were going to go to a funeral or win an award for the sexiest man alive or win an award for the humblest man alive, because that's what they call me, then I would wear extra clothes. But why, though? Why is wearing more clothes a show of respect? The idea that wearing more clothes or dressing modestly is shown of respect is deeply rooted in cultural, psychological, and social norms. Historically, certain types of clothing have been associated with formality and respect over time. It shows like more, it's more humble, isn't it? Fatima, a modest, shy, humble guy is attractive. Well, I ain't that. Dressing modestly can signal that you are taking the event or interaction seriously. People tend to perceive those who dress conservatively as more serious and respectful. Okay, this is true. Like, Donald Trump always wears a suit, so you naturally... Shut up, Latif. People tend to perceive those who dress conservatively as more serious and respectful. Definitely not shy. Okay, what I just wrote down is respecting yourself, others respect you. That's what modesty is. Not trying to make people notice your abilities and achievements. And it's respecting yourself and others respect you. What verses say that men need to be modest?
Ali seeks to not super chatted $4.99. Then they both ate of that tree, so their nakedness appeared to them, and they began to cover themselves with the leaves of paradise. 22.
Ali, brother, thank you for the verse. They both ate of the tree, so their nakedness appeared to them, and they began to cover themselves with the leaves of paradise. The Quran dresses modesty for both men and women, emphasizing the importance of modest behavior. Tell the believing men to lower their gaze and guard their private parts. That is pure for them. Indeed, Allah is acquainted with what they do. The obedient men and obedient women, the truthful men and truthful women, the patient men and patient women, the humble men and humble women, the charitable men and charitable women, the fasting men and fasting women, the men who guard their private parts and the women who do so, and the men who remember Allah often and the women who do so. For them, Allah has prepared forgiveness and great reward. Both emphasize that believing men should lower their gaze, which means avoiding looking at things that are inappropriate and can lead to sinful thoughts. Yes. Oh, yeah. That's what modesty is. Who just said that? Wait, who just said that? Raven MC said, like we are different from animals, so logical. Oh, yes. Being modest is showing... Being modest is showing we are different than an animal. Hafsa, as a human beings, we're part animal, and I think covering acknowledges our humanity and takes away some of the inherent sexuality we naturally associate with showing skin. Just a thought. Yo, Raven MC, Hafsa, you said it right after. I mean, in more detail. Showing we're different than animals. That's what modesty is. It's showing we're different than animals. It's showing that you're not an animal. Well, I got that question answered. What is modesty? It's showing that you're not an animal. The more you respect yourself, the more people respect you. It's just like how the way it goes is a circle. It's the yin and yang. The yin and yang. You respect yourself, people respect you. If you wore a suit everywhere, people would take you more seriously. Even I notice it. If I wear my watch, if I wear a watch, a nice fit, nice shoes, and I walk into Starbucks, people are like. But if I wear something less nice, if I look just kind of scrappy, it's like, who's that kid? But if you look fresh, people treat you fresh. That's why Donald Trump wears a suit everywhere. He shows that I'm not an animal. I'm an intellectual. I'm a Scientologist. I'm a Jehovah Witness. Hey guys, can I show you a video? Is it? Guys.
My Uncle Junior works there, who is a Jehovah's Witness. So we moved to LA. My father gets a job in the Palm restaurant. My Uncle Junior works there, who is a Jehovah's Witness. Believe it or not, he went from Catholic to Jehovah. So basically, my grandmother wanted us all to switch from Catholic to Jehovah. Meanwhile, we're from Harlem. My father's doing coke. My mother thinks she's Aunt Margaret. She's teasing the hair with a bottle of vodka. So dysfunctional, cross-addicted family, still cooking pasta on Sundays. And the meatballs, they wind up being burnt. Just got so dysfunctional. It got pretty bad. So we moved to LA. My father gets a job at the Palm restaurant. My Uncle Junior works there, who was a Jehovah's Witness, believe it or not. He went from Catholic to Jehovah. So basically, my grandmother wanted us all to switch from Catholic.
So I moved to LA. You guys got to understand the inside joke
So
now.
we moved to LA. So we moved to LA. My father gets a job at the Palm restaurant. My Uncle Junior works there, who was a Jehovah's Witness, believe it or not. He went from Catholic to Jehovah. So basically, my grandmother wanted us all to switch from Catholic to Jehovah. You know, meanwhile, we're from Harlem. My father's doing coke. You know, my mother thinks she's Aunt Margaret. She's teasing.
Guys, this is my friend Max right here.
You know,
This is my friend Max's mom.
Cross-addicted.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Still cooking pasta on Sundays. And the meatballs, they wind up being burnt. But, you know, it just got so dysfunctional. It got pretty bad.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
So we moved to LA. My father was John on the
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Oh, video's funny. Okay, anytime I say so I moved to LA, you guys got to know that that's what I'm referring to. So I moved to LA. So we moved to LA. Hey, Latif, what's your TikTok? Should we rate his TikTok? Latif, what is it? Oh my gosh, yo! Yo! Bro, this is life-changing, no cap. Guys, everyone go follow Latif. All right, I sent his TikTok in the chat. Oh, okay, Ali, that's a good idea. I didn't know you could ask ChatGPT like that. Okay, why do nuns cover? That's the next question. I'm not gonna lie, that video is powerful, Latif. I want to keep more things private. Obviously, I can't keep too much private because I'm literally freaking streaming. But like, what's the point of posting like, oh, I bought a car, everybody look, or I got a wife? I like that, Latif. Let's keep it private. Tell no one. Tell no one. I'm evil eye for no reason. Yeah, bro. Okay, the last thing is studies and why do nuns cover. I'm probably going to leave studies for tomorrow. Why do nuns cover? You put the veil on and you know that you belong to God. You are not your own. That sounds like Islam. Nuns and all women for that matter had to cover their head because of what Paul said in 1 Corinthians 11, 4-6. Every man who prays the prophet of the head covered dishonors her head. It is the same as having her head shaved. For a woman does not cover her head, she might as well have her hair cut off. But if it is a disgrace for a woman to have her hair cut off or head shaved, then she should cover her head. But this quotation asks, why do nuns cover their head? Then why is necessarily a fact anymore? Whoa. Me after I rip the bong. Haram. But what they don't tell you is when you crash. What goes up must come down. There are no cheat codes in life. There is nothing that you can take. There's no pill that you can take that gets you up without coming down. You either stay level or you go up and then you go down, up and down, up and down, or you just coast. It's your life. You get to choose what to do. God gave you 2 hands. He allows you to choose. Why do nuns cover? Muslim cartoon marathon, Raven MC. That'd be a great video. Imagine it. What if I did Muslim cartoon for 24 hours straight? Muslim cartoon for 24 hours straight. What do you guys think about that? What verses to back up wearing a nun covering? Why do nuns wear covering, and where does this come from? I think 24-hour Muslim cartoon would be haram. But it's like, I want to do a challenge that makes you guys be like, no way, so that everybody watches it. And that we can like join in and it's something crazy. But I don't want to do something that's haram, and I think watching a screen for 24 hours is haram. Purposely hurting yourself. But it has to be crazy to be electric, you know? Okay, this is the one verse I found. Nuns wearing head coverings and civic religious habits is a practice deeply rooted in Christian tradition and the teachings of the Bible and modesty and consecration. While the Bible does not explicitly unmandate that nuns must wear specific habits, there are several verses, traditional interpretations that support the practice of modest dress and covering, which have influenced this religious custom. Biblical basis for head coverings. But every woman who prays or prophesies with her head uncovered dishonors her head. It is the same as having her head shaved. For if a woman does not cover her head, she might as well have her hair cut off. But if it is grace for a woman to have her hair cut off, her head shaved, and then much covered. I also want the woman to dress modestly, with decency and propriety. So the Bible tells women to dress modestly. Why is that? But why is wearing shorts to church like normal? It just doesn't make sense. Your beauty should not come from outward adornment such as elaborate hairstyles and the wearing of gold jewelry and fine clothes. Rather, it should be that of your inner self, the unfading beauty of a gentle and quiet spirit, which is of great worth in God's sight. Give me some verses from the Bible that show that women should not wear a head covering. What do you guys think about this? It's basically saying that head coverings aren't needed in Christianity because it's more about your inner heart. I mean, it's always more about your inner heart. The soul is the only thing that someone can't take away from you. You know, you could be forced to do something physically, but it's your soul that they can't take away from you, your actual intent. What do you think about this? Quick said, nah, they should follow the practices. Hafsa, I believe outer practice and inner faith go hand in hand. True. All right, chat. That makes the end of this stream. Let's get down some actionable steps. Here's my question. I live in a very hot place. How is a man supposed to cover his knees? You have to wear pants. If you walk outside during the middle of the day for 5 minutes, you sweat. I know it's like this in the Middle East too. I just don't understand. Are you supposed to just always be washing your clothes? Like if you walk outside and you sweat and your pants are and your legs are sweating, how as a man do you... I don't understand. You just always have to be washing? Ain't no way I'm wearing 3/4 shorts. Ain't no way. Ain't no way, boy. Y'all are crazy. Keep in mind, hell is hotter. Boy, ain't no way. Y'all want me to dress like this? I mean, shit. Does look kind of swaggy. I can't wait to be a dad, inshallah. I just want a family. That's all I care about. Short shorts are for LGBT. Hafsa, what part of Texas? Okay, Latif, shut up, little boy. You're accusing me of stuff now, okay? You better watch your back, Latif. I'm coming for you, little buddy, okay, buddy? Okay, buddy? All right, tomorrow, inshallah, I would like to do a stream and try and... If anyone is on here, any hijabis on here, or actually some non-hijabis. Hijabis and non-hijabis. Imagine there was a discussion between non-hijabis and hijabis about what's better, worse, about wearing hijab. That would be sick. That would be a good conversation. Not a debate. Debates are freaking stupid. A conversation. Like you're in front of them. Hijabis versus non-hijabis. Guys, the stream is ending, but the stream really never ends because the community keeps going in the Discord run by Latif and other moderators. They work their ass off to build a community of all of you guys in this community. It's always going 24/7. There's people on here. Join the Discord if you want to talk. I pop in on there sometimes. You'll know if it's me by my personal account because I have a personal Discord and then I have a stream Discord. I got them separated finally. So sometimes I'm in there, but there's always other people in there. Great place to meet like-minded people and have good discussions. My name is Grayson Brock. I'm 21 years old. I'm currently streaming live from Texas. If you would like to directly support free speech, directly support sharing ideas freely, you can help make that possible. You can donate to me, buy me a coffee in the link below, or you can simply be a viewer. This content is free, and I hope you learned something new today. I hope you got better. To summarize what I learned today and put it into an actionable step, here's what I learned. I learned that a hijab simply translates to a cover or barrier. When did covering begin? The beginning of time. Is hijab in the Bible? Yes, it is. 1 Corinthians 11:5. But every woman who prays with her head uncovered dishonors her head. That's what the Bible says. Did Mary wear hijab? It's not known based on any Bible verse. According to tradition, she probably did. And she's always depicted as wearing a covering or a veil, I should say. Maybe not a hijab, but a veil. What is modesty? Modesty is not trying to make people notice your abilities and achievements. Respecting yourself, others will respect you. Modesty is showing we are different from animals. Why do nuns cover? 1 Corinthians 5-11, the verse I said earlier. That's all what I got through today. I need an actionable step though. Actionable step is for me to buy workout shirts because I don't have any. I always don't work out in a shirt because then I have to wash another shirt and do a whole nother round of wash, but I think it's worth it. Because hey, God will replace anything you do for God, he will replace with something greater. Buy 10 workout shirts. I normally work out with my shirt off because I'm like that guy. I'm trying to be like alpha, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be like flexing on them hoes, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's good? Welcome to the Western world, where the girls are twerking in the streets. That's how you empower women. Go twerk in the street, be naked. Empowerment. Yay. Guys, I do need water. If any girls in this chat want to feel empowered, I urge you, wear as little clothes as possible. Go out into the public. Take pictures of yourself in the most sexual way possible. Post it on Instagram, Facebook for everyone to see. It'll empower you. And then when you're 40, you'll think, damn, why do I have half-naked pictures of me on the internet? And you won't feel empowered. RIP. Can we get some RIPs in the chat below? Check, brother. All right, everyone, 10 more push-ups, then we're free. Yeet, 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 yeet. Ooh. Twist my ankle. How many push-ups today? The same as always, my guy. 100, my nibba. All right, run it. Yes. True Zara, true Zara. Grace and supremacy. All right, thank you guys for watching. I'll be back tomorrow, God willing. You can do anything and you can overcome any problem in your life as long as you have your mind. Control your mind, control your life. Control your thoughts, control your life. Guess what? You have complete control over your mind, which means you have complete control over your hands, which means you have complete control over your feet. Little by little, you can change your life and become anyone you want. Write down who you want to be in 10 years. Write down who you want to be in 1 year. Write down who you want to be at the end of today. And then do it. Don't fear. I read every single religious book. Don't follow your desires and don't be afraid. Only fear can defeat life. You live once. Now get off the screen and do what you need to do. It doesn't matter how you feel. You can overcome your feelings. Your feelings don't matter. They don't. You can overcome them. If you feel angry, you can control it. If you feel sad, if you feel lazy, you can control it. If you feel super tired, go to sleep. Get off your phone. Get sleep. Wake back up. Get sleep. Sleep is God's medicine. I'm serious. Nobody will tell you this, but you have control over your mind and you can do anything you want. Once you start to believe it, you'll start to see it. I believe in you if nobody else does. Because I've done things that I didn't think were possible. I've stepped into a boxing ring and got the shit kicked out of me. And I came out of it stronger. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. This is cringy to some people because they don't get it. Yeah, this is cringy if you don't get it. But when you actually start doing things that other people say are impossible, it's no longer, that's cringy. Okay, if this is cringy, then watch me. If this is cringy, then watch me. If this is cringy, then watch me. When I have 27 Habibtis, 27 mansions, and I give it all away.